You know the feeling, right? If you run a service business, this phrase is probably a reality. It's that gut reaction. Things get overwhelming, so you throw more people at the problem. But what if that instinct, the one that feels so right, is actually the very thing setting you up for failure?
All right, so let's get right into it. In this explainer, we're going to break down what we call the AI scaling blueprint. And we're going to tackle one of the biggest myths out there, that scaling your business means you have to scale your admin team. As you're about to see, that path doesn't lead to growth, it leads straight to chaos. It's a system that, believe it or not, is pretty much designed to fail.
So where does it all start? Well, it begins with something I call the scaling trap. And it's a sneaky one, because it feels like you're making progress, but really, it's just quietly grinding your entire operation to a halt.
And this chart, wow, it just lays out the trap perfectly. Your business is doing well, right? Call volume shoots through the roof, which is great. But here's the problem. Your admin team's capacity, it just can't keep up. They get completely swamped. And what happens when good people get swamped? Yep, the error rate goes sky high. We're talking missed calls, data entry mistakes, dropped leads. Suddenly, the very success you worked so hard for starts breaking your business from the inside out.
So the obvious answer is just hire more admins, right? Wrong. That's what everyone does, but it's exactly the wrong move. Because scaling with headcount isn't just a little inefficient, it's a trap. It comes with 5 hidden costs that actually make the problem worse over time. Let's break them down.
First up, and this one's a biggie, is linear scaling. Think about it like this. Your business growth can be exponential, like a rocket ship taking off. But when you hire one new person, you're only adding a fixed linear amount of work capacity. It's like trying to catch that rocket ship by building a staircase, one step at a time. You're just never going to keep up.
Second is what we call the complexity explosion. Now, this is something most people completely miss. You think you're just adding one more person to do the work, but what you're really adding is a whole new hub for communication. That means more meetings, more emails, more check-ins, more approvals, basically more friction. And instead of speeding things up, the whole machine starts to slow down.
Third, you've got training drag. I mean, getting a new person up to speed isn't like flipping a switch, is it? It takes time. And who usually does the training? Your best people. So get this. At the very moment you need more capacity, you're actually reducing it by pulling your most valuable players away from their jobs. You're trying to accelerate, but you're being forced to slam on the brakes. It's just backwards.
And all of this leads us to the fourth cost. And this one really hurts. Burnout. Your top performers, the ones holding everything together, they're now juggling their own job, training new hires, and fixing everyone else's mistakes. The system is just groaning under the pressure, and eventually, they get completely overwhelmed. And what happens? They leave. And all that priceless knowledge walks right out the door with them.
And finally, all of this creates system fragility. You've accidentally built a business that's entirely dependent on a few key people. It's like a house of cards. So what happens when your superstar admin calls in sick? The whole workflow can totally collapse. One person's sick day can break everything. It's an incredibly brittle way to run a business. So when you put all of this together, you get to the heart of the problem. We think we're buying more capacity, but what we're actually buying is more chaos. This is the scaling illusion. The belief that adding more people is the solution is fundamentally flawed. It just adds complexity until the entire system breaks down.
But there has to be an alternative, right? Of course there is. Let's pivot and talk about a completely new model for growth, the AI employee advantage. And let me be really clear here. This is not about replacing your amazing people. It's about replacing the fragile, chaotic processes that are burning them out. Just look at this case study. It's like a tale of 2 different companies. On the left, you have the before picture. 4 admins, totally underwater, dealing with missed calls, constant errors, and crazy high stress. Now look at the right, the after. All they did was implement one AI employee. And suddenly, boom, they have 100% call coverage, perfect data entry, and calm, stable operations. Their human team is now free to focus on high-value tasks, not just putting out fires all day. So how is that even possible? It's because AI employees scale in a fundamentally different way. They can absorb basically infinite volume without ever getting overwhelmed. They execute tasks with perfect consistency every single time. There are no training cycles, they preserve knowledge forever, and they can scale up or down instantly 24/7. Notice how each of these points directly solves one of those 5 hidden costs we just talked about?
And what all this means for your business is that you get the 2 things every owner craves. First, you get growth without those painful, expensive hiring spikes. And second, you get stability without that scary fragility. You can finally grow your revenue without also growing your chaos.
Okay, so that all sounds pretty great, but how do you actually get there? How do you go from the chaos in that case study to the calm? Well, it's actually not as complex as you might think. Let's quickly walk through the roadmap to make this a reality for your business.
The path from chaos to control is a really clear 5-step plan. Step 1, we identify the most repetitive, admin-heavy bottlenecks in your workflow. 2, we define the exact tasks for an AI employee to take over. 3, we connect it. We just plug the AI into your existing phone lines and email. 4, we integrate it with your CRM and scheduling tools so it all works seamlessly. And finally, step 5, deploy. You go live and get to monitor flawless performance from day 1. Each step is a deliberate move away from fragility and towards a truly scalable system.
So, this all brings us to the final, crucial question you really need to ask yourself. As you look at your own operations, your own team, are you building a business that's designed to scale growth, or are you, maybe without even realizing it, building one that just scales chaos?
If you're ready to break that cycle, the next step is simple. It's time to stop trying to scale chaos with more headcount. It's time for a better model. Just go to installaisystems.com and book a demo to see for yourself how an AI employee can bring stability and true scalability to your business.